Ontario's opposition parties are demanding answers over an allegation that the Progressive Conservative Party spied on former provincial Liberal leader Bonnie Crombie. The allegation surfaced in a report in the online news publication The Trillium. The CBC's Megan Fitzpatrick was in Guelph, Ontario for an announcement by Premier Doug Ford about data centres. She joins us now live. Megan, what did Ford have to say about this spying allegation?
Well, Karina, he didn't deny the allegation that was reported in this morning's The Trillium. Earlier this week, they had reported on some expenses that had been filed by the Ontario PC Party back in 2023, where they listed expenses for 2 different hotels in Jamaica. And when asked to explain them, the party really didn't have much to say in the way of explanation other than saying they weren't for somebody's personal vacation or personal reasons. Then they updated their reporting this morning and cited sources reporting that someone had been sent by the PC party to Jamaica, where former Ontario Liberal leader Bonnie Crombie was taking a personal vacation. Now, when asked about this today, Premier Ford saying he just found out about it yesterday. And in the Trillium reporting, they had quoted a spokesperson for Ford's office saying the Premier didn't know about this at the time. And Ford saying today, talk to the party. CBC has reached out to the PC Party for Ontario to ask several questions about this report and has not heard back yet. But Premier Ford saying it's politics by way of explanation. But he did say, I wouldn't do it, seemingly indicating he wouldn't have approved of this action had he known about it at the time. He said he didn't approve of it, wouldn't do it. But then he multiple times said it's $3,000. Now, it is about $3,000, the hotel expenses filed by the party, and they have to file these expenses with Elections Ontario, and they in part have to do that because this is not just party money. Political parties are in part funded by donations by members of the public, but also they get subsidies that are funded by taxpayers, a per-vote subsidy. So that's about all Ford had to say about it, repeatedly saying, talk to the party. And Bonnie Crombie has confirmed to CBC News that she did take a vacation to Jamaica in 2023 and did stay at one of the hotels that the PC Party filed an expense for. But beyond that, Karina, she's not commenting.
So while we wait to hear from the party, what is the Ontario opposition saying about the spying allegation?
Well, they're having pretty strong reactions to this reporting. Both the NDP and the Liberals have been speaking out today saying that this is creepy, disgusting, and that it went too far. Now, political parties do what they call opposition research on their political opponents, but to follow someone out of the country on a personal vacation, they say is completely inappropriate. Here's Liberal MPP Stephanie Smythe commenting at Queen's Park just a little while ago.
I see this as not only disturbing, but an absolute violation of someone's privacy. It goes beyond ordinary political opposition research that we know that parties do. When we see someone actually physically following someone to observe a political opponent is just the lowest of the low. And Ontarians deserve answers about this. Who authorized this? Who approved this spending? Who was directing this operation? And what exactly were they looking for?
And NDP leader Marit Stiles also spoke to reporters about this today, similarly calling it creepy, disturbing, saying it raises a lot of questions, just as you heard Smythe say there, including questions around security, including questions around, they say, how far Doug Ford is willing to go to attack his opponents. And those questions about who authorized this, who was involved, who went to Jamaica, and what total expenses were there for this trip. Bonnie Crombie is no longer the Ontario Liberal leader. She's not directly an opponent of the Premier anymore, but she is running for mayor right now for the city of Mississauga. That's the job she used to hold before becoming Ontario Ontario Liberal leader. And Doug Ford has openly expressed his opposition to her being the mayor of Mississauga and saying something to the effect of how he would send in an army to defeat her. And so that has been cited by the opponents today as well, Karina, in terms of their reaction to these tactics that were apparently used by the PC party. So we are awaiting more information, more questions for the party. But in terms of the Premier and his response to it, again, he said he didn't know about it and he wouldn't have approved it.
Thanks very much for that, Megan. The CBC's Megan Fitzpatrick in Guelph, Ontario.